Y hola gente del mundo, aquí el Birri con el siguiente gameplay de Fallout 4, en el cual voy a hacer una misión secundaria del instituto antes de ponerme manos a la obra de la trama principal. Porque hay que tener cierta cosa, porque quién sabe que con estas misiones secundarias puede retirar la mayor parte de la gente del instituto para afuera antes de la misión final. Ya se aprovecha de subir la afinidad con XA.
I begged them to stop this nonsense before you returned, but of course they wouldn't listen.
What's going on?
Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken have decided to protest your appointment as father's successor. They've taken control of the bioscience security systems and cut off our food supply.
Have they made any demands?
Not yet, but I expect they'll demand that you renounce all ties to the Institute.
Maybe I can reason with them.
I believe I can help with that. I can unlock the maintenance tunnel that leads to the bioscience observation room. From there, you should be able to communicate with Higgs and Logan. If you can't reason with them, you can use this holotape to access the command functions on the observation room terminal. That should give you some options. Just please, try to talk to them first. Use violence only as a last resort. Here we are. Just give me a moment. There, it's unlocked.
¿Ya? ¿Ya?
Combat initiated.
Ah, me acuerdo que... No les quito ni mierda. Si no tiene nada. Bueno, al estilo.
Shouldn't take long. Don't forget to check your ammo levels.
Yes.
No, 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 no debería de entrar ahí. Es ahí donde entré, que se supone que fui a buscar el suero de Birri. No sé para qué entré aquí.
Aha! I thought I heard something. Made it past the guards. Impressive.
Dr. Higgs,
If you've come to change our minds, then you're wasting your time.
I know you're angry, but there's a better way to handle this.
Oh, you're wrong. You see, I've tried talking. For years, I've suggested that we do things differently here, but nobody listens. Let's see if anyone can afford to ignore me now.
Vamos a probar con el intento de persuasión.
Father believes in me. The least you can do is give me a chance.
How could you hope to lead us when you hardly know anything about what we do? I'm sure you mean well, but you must see that it's an impossible task.
Maybe, maybe not. All I'm asking is that you keep an open mind.
I'm sorry, but our minds are made up. Both Dr. Loken and I have resolved to stand our ground.
Can't you at least give me a chance?
Out of the question. Even with the best of intentions, the amount of damage you might cause could set us back years. If you truly want to honor Father's legacy, then you should leave here and never return. Father's heir apparent. He made it past your impenetrable defenses.
What if he got that far?
Compose yourself, man. We've always known the risks, but we are still in control.
¿Qué dijo la misión? No, no, aquí está. Resuelve la protesta en hidropónica. Ah, sí, me dijo que te cargara acceso a los sistemas de biociencia. Desactivar torretas automáticas. Sí. Ok. No voy a liberar a los gorilas. Que me abran la puerta. Que me... Por eso me gusta este tipo de pantalla, porque es difícil darle con el clic. ¿No era esta? Esta puerta.
Movement detected.
Hostiles detected. Combat initiated.
Ah, ya recargué.
It's over, Dr. Higgs.
What do you plan to do now? Kill us and take the key? Go on then. Prove how right we were.
Is that what you want? To be a martyr?
I want only what's best for the Institute. It's all I've ever wanted.
Enough. Have you lost your mind, Lawrence? I'll do it. I'll open the door.
Max, no.
It's over, Lawrence. And you're a fool if you can't see that. Now, unless you intend to shoot me, please stand aside while I put an end to this.
Future generations will remember this decision, Max. I'll make sure of it.
I suggest we confine ourselves to quarters until our fate's decided. We can at least face the consequences with our dignity intact.
What choice do we have?
Doc,
You have a lot to learn if you're really going to be the next director of the Institute.
Dr. Higgs,
Father can't be serious. How's an outsider supposed to know how things work here?
Ok. Ay. Aquí está.
hey,
Just here you go.
your thoughts?
I'm trained for any combat situation. No matter what we get into, I'll be ready.
Oh, nothing.
Affirmative.
Creí que diría algo.
admit I was fearing for the worst, but I can see that I underestimated you.
I'm just glad they listened to reason.
Indeed. There is one further matter to discuss. Obviously, some kind of disciplinary action must be taken here. The question of what form it takes is up to you.
Como está en el plan de las cosas, mejor echarlo, sí.
Give them supplies and then throw them out. They're banned for life.
I wish I could say that that would be unfair.
What?
But there's no denying those men put all of our lives at risk. I'll see to those supplies. At least they'll have a fighting chance, which is perhaps more than they deserve.
The surface? That's a fate worse than death. They don't deserve that.
I'll take that holotape back. I also wanted to offer you something as a more personal expression of gratitude. I know that your work often takes you to the surface where supplies are scarce. I gathered these items together for you. I think you'll find them useful.
Hey,
Go ahead. What is it, sir?
that was all I had.
Sure.
Al menos no. Pues madre, he odiado eso. O sea, todo lo que subí un poquito se fue a la mierda. Porque la mejor forma de aliviar la afinidad con él es hackeando computadoras. Y usando la percepción para obtener más chapas. Ok, creo que no hay otra cosa más pendiente aquí. Esto no lo puedo hacer, esto tampoco no lo puedo hacer. No. Esto es lo que sí voy a hacer. Uy, Dios, ¿qué estoy haciendo? Pero como lo voy a hacer con la hermandad, me va a tocar un momentico ir al The Covenant a cambiar a X6 por Dance para empezar a hacer la misión. Que simplemente ya tengo que continuarla pidiéndole a Sturgis la holocinta que yo la había conseguido para dársela a Ingram y desbloquear más misiones de la hermandad del acero. Maldito, y allí conseguí su dinero. ¿Y qué estoy haciendo? Antes de... Si voy a hacer misión con la hermandad, hay que hacerlo con la armadura. Da.
Time to suit up.
Hey, Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
I'm working on something with the Brotherhood of Steel. They want to look at the data I got from the Institute.
Pero...
Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh yeah? Why?
I'm working on something with the Brotherhood of Steel. They want to look at the data I got from the Institute.
The Brotherhood, huh? I sure hope you know what you're doing. Here you go. I've already made myself a copy.
Tal cual. Ok, ahora sí vamos al... Brickwin. ¿Es el Brickwin? Dale la cinta Ingram. No, es el aeropuerto más bien.
Once we decrypt that intel we recover from the Institute, we'll know a lot more about them.
You know those synths with the plastic faces? They creep me the heck out.
Proctor, I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
You didn't expect me to survive the trip?
A device like the signal interceptor is way out of my league. I was hoping you'd make it, but I find it tough to have faith in technology I don't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, I've got a new assignment for you. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxton told you about it?
Why all the secrecy?
We're pouring every resource we have into this thing. We can't risk tipping off the Institute. For now, the fewer people that know about it, the better. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on our tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Fortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
It'll take a miracle to get this pile of junk operational.
You think he looks rough now? You should have seen him when I unsealed the salvage crates filled with his parts. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. And the first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
Why is the power blowing out his CPU?
Liberty Prime has a highly complex power system. A good deal of that system was damaged when he exploded. So I'm working in the dark trying to come up with parts on my own. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
¿Y dónde está? En el Pridwin, típico. ¿Qué más? Le voy a preguntarle a Ingram a ver si me puede darme ahora sí la velocita.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Head up to the Pridwin and tell Dr. Lee we need her help. I'll see what I can do down here.
Ah, ok. ¿Por qué el Pridwin me sale con icono como si les fuese un asentamiento? ¿Qué va? ¿Qué va a ser una traidora? Ya trabajó con ustedes en el Fallout 3 y luego ya no lo siguió más. Traidora mis cojones. ¿Qué más? Se supone que ella trabajó también en el proyecto Pureza. Que bueno, en el Fallout 3, para que alguien no se le acordara, el proyecto Pureza era quitar toda la radiación del agua de Yermo Capital.
Attention all Brotherhood soldiers.
Greetings, Knight.
If you have not yet received your Squire mentorship assignment, please come see me on the bridge.
No matter
Repeat,
how many
if you
battles
have
we
not
win,
received
there's
your
always another
mentorship
fight
assignment,
ahead of us.
please report to the bridge. That is all.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
And we want to stop the Institute from using its technological superiority as a weapon.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face. But coming from you, it sounds like you actually mean it. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Doble me ha encantado.
Hey,
Where do you want me?
dance?
Inquiring about anything in particular?
That was it?
Very well.
I don't know about Scribe Naraya. I think
Heads
she
up.
loves
Come
the
on.
little
What's
zoo
the
a
matter?
bit too much.
Your thoughts?
Rebuilding Liberty Prime will ensure our victory over our adversaries in the Commonwealth.
That was it?
Affirmative.
Night.
Gate won't clear me.
Bien, ya vamos a hablar con Ingram para poder terminar el video. Hasta ahí, para ver qué es lo que se necesita. ¿Qué es lo que hace? Bueno, técnicamente falta una CPU que se aguante todo lo que le están echando.
Believe super mutants were human once. How can science have gone so wrong?
¿Qué? Fue la radiación, no la ciencia. ¿Qué cara? Ah, me puedo teletransportar a las ruinas. Eso fue una misión de investigar un problema ahí y ya luego pude comunicarme con el Capitán Kells para poder hablar sobre el miembro perdido de la hermandad, que ya lo vieron por ahí. Que lo logré convencer para que volviera y todo ok. La única misión que no debo de hacer es pensamiento táctico. La manera subterránea, o sea, no hay que hacerla, sino más bien no hay que completarla. Eso.
Now that Dr. Lee's arrived, I'm certain she'll be vital to the Brotherhood's success.
Proctor Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
¿Qué?
What do the actuators do?
Pretty simple, really. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
You can count on me.
Ingram?
Just build us those actuators and we'll do the rest.
Ah, va a tocar. Igual, El final es como más o menos basado aliándose con los Minion Men y la Hermandad del Acero, así que se necesita al Liberty Prime listo para la vaina. 4 imanes, 4 hospitales que revisar. A ver. No, eso es otra cosa del Railroad. Encuentra un imán de alta potencia. Voy a ver, mostrar en el mapa. Pero este no fue el hospital en el que tuve que rescatar a este men de la misión secundaria del Mortaja Plateada. Igual está completada, así que nada, no tendré problemas para volverlo a pasar, ya que eso no hay enemigo y puedo ir directamente por ahí. Pero el video habrá que dejarlo hasta aquí. Nos vemos entonces en el siguiente gameplay. ¡Hasta luego!
Si te gustó el video, no se te olvide darle me gusta, favoritos y comentar. También, no se te olvide suscribirte a mi canal de YouTube para no perderte ninguno de mis videos. Oh, se me olvidaba, y también pueden darle me gusta a mi página de Facebook para poder estar al día a través de las redes sociales.